Hey everyone, this is Ali Raza here, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can deploy your web application on Amazon EC2 instance. In this video I'm going to use a React application, a React basic template which I'm going to deploy on EC2 instance. Alright, so as you can see here I have a basic test application. I just created it using npx create react app and then given the directory of my app. So this is my app, and this is the basic application. I'll just show you how the application looks. You can have any other application of Next.js or any other framework. It is deployed on the local host. I can just click control and click, or it will automatically open the application. Okay, so as you can see here I have my application deployed, and this is that basic test application which we are going to deploy on the EC2. Here right now, as you can see, this is the local host as it is running on your system, but in the final, at the end of the video, you will have an IP address which you can use it anywhere throughout the world to access the application. Okay, this is just a basic deployment video on EC2. In the further upcoming videos, I am also going to show you how you can connect your domain name and how you can route the traffic to your domain and access the application. What I'm going to do is I'm going to log into my AWS console. For you, if you are a new user, you might not be having this recently visited tab and all this thing usage and all. Also, EC2 is having a free tier part. So if you just search it up, free tier AWS, you will get a link, and this might show you all the free tiers available for each of the categories. So we are in the compute part right now, and you can see at the front, at the first, it is Amazon EC2 750 hours per month, right? So you will get every month 750 hours for the next 12 months. You get registered. As soon as you register, you will get a 12 months free 750 hours EC2. The only requirement is that you should use T2 micro or T3 micro, and you can use Linux, RHEL, Windows, or Ubuntu, all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to search here EC2. This is the service I'm getting. This is the most efficient way to search the services. You can as well go here and search for it, but you can directly go here and search it. So I'll just click on it, EC2. This is my EC2 console page. As you can see, there are a lot of things, and it looks overwhelming when you are new to this console, but don't worry about it. It is very simple to start an instance and to use it, right? So let's create an instance first. You can go on launch an instance. Okay, just follow the steps as I'm saying. So this is the instance creation part. Launch an instance. You can give a name. I'll give it React app. You can name it anything you wish to. It won't change any of your code or anything. You just name it and then select your required OS. Don't use Mac OS or any other which was not given in the free tier, because then you will get charged for that. So I'll select Ubuntu, and this is the latest 2020.4 for me. If you are watching this video further ahead, then you might be having some other version as well. You can select that. It is a 64-bit architecture. Then this is the most important part. By default it is selected T2 micro. Keep it as it is, don't change it. And you can also see that if you exceed the free tier eligible part, you will get 0.02 USD per hour. So just select T2 micro. You can also select that, so we'll select T2 micro. This is the key pair. So a basic information about key pair is that you want to SSH into the machine, right? You want to log into the machine, but for that you need a key pair which authenticates you to the console. It is basically a lock, and you have the key for that. So you just click on here, click on create a new key pair, name it as my React key. You can name it anything you wish to, and just keep it RSA and PEM. If you're using PuTTY as a you know, logging in using the putty, you can use this one, but I'm using a PEM file. So I'll just create a key pair. Now it will download the key pair for me. This is the most important part. Make sure you don't skip this, because if you cancel it, you won't be able to do it again. Then you have to create one more key pair and save it, right? So it's saved in my local machine. Now this is the network setting. Every EC2 instance has a security group. Okay, those are the firewall access which you give to your EC2 instance. Keep it by default as it is, and now create the instance. So this doesn't take much time. As you can see, we have initially initiated the launch of the instance, and as soon as I click on that ID, you will be redirected to the instance. So this is the instance state. It is on the pending state. Let's wait for it until it gets started. Alright, as you can see, the instance is running up here. If you don't know how you can get this page, so let's say you are here at this page, just go on this instance running, or you can go to this instances. You can just select it, you will see all your running instances. So I'll just select this instance. You can just click on this ID and you will get all the running information for the instance, all the details regarding the instance, the IP addresses, the private IPs, and the host name, and the security group, the networking part, storage, monitoring part, everything. So right now what we want to do is we want to log in it using SSH. Okay, I am going to use a command prompt here. So I'll just open the command prompt. What I'll do here is I'll just go to my folder where I downloaded the key, and I'll just type here cmd, and it will open up the command prompt in that particular directory. So right now I'm going to connect it. So this is the page to connect. When you click on the ID, I'm going to click on connect. This is the connection details. There are multiple ways. Either you just directly connect to the Amazon CLI, but I don't want to do that. I'm going to connect it on my command prompt. Just click on this SSH, this link, or copy this whole link, or this is the command. So I'll explain you the command. Here the command is SSH, and in which key I am taking. This is the key name, as we have downloaded the key here. This is the key name, and this is the machine ID. So if I show you the ID, this is the ID. So we are going to SSH into this IP address, and we are going to connect it using this key pair. Let's copy it and let's paste it here. So I'm going to hit enter. This might take some time. So it is showing you want to continue connecting. Just do yes, and it will add to your host, local host. Alright, so as you can see, I have connected to my EC2 instance. As you can see, it shows the details, welcome page, and show you the system load, processors, and the IP address, all that stuff. And how I know that I'm connected, I can see the IP address and the Ubuntu. This is the CLI command from of my instance, which is running up here. So now I am able to access this instance from my command prompt. Okay, so now as you can see, we have our EC2 instance ready. We have our application ready. Now you want to upload your application to somewhere from which you can download it here. Okay, so what I'm going to use it, I'm going to use the Git part. Okay, I'll just set it up so that this video won't get much longer. I'm assuming that you know about Git and how to upload files, so I'll just do it quickly. Okay, so I have created a repository and I have uploaded my code over here. This is the same code which is in my local machine. I have just uploaded it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the code of the HTTPS link of this project to clone it now, and I'm going to use the clone command here to create a clone. So what I'm going to do is I'll write git clone and the link of your file. So in the command prompt you just click right click on your mouse, and it will paste the link, and I'll hit enter now. So it quickly cloned the files of my React application. Now if I do ls, I can see my folder React app test. Now I'll do cd to my React app test, and if I do ls, I can see all the files over here, the src file, public file, okay, all these files, right? Now for some reason, if you are getting let's say you have used npm command, here I have used npx create react app command, but for some reason if you have created a normal react app, you won't be having this git ignore file, right? So what this git ignore file does is it won't take this folders and this directories to the GitHub, because they are not useful to get uploaded, and those are the very big files you can see here which are not necessary, and you can install it when you clone the project. So if you don't have a git ignore file, make sure to make it, otherwise it will create a lot of problem for you when you are uploading your application. In my React application, if you have, let's say you have a lot of dependencies, or your application uses a lot of npm packages, there is the same way to install how you do it here. What I'm going to do is npm I to install all the dependencies available in my package.json, right? So I'll just do npm I once, and it will install all the necessary commands for all the necessary dependencies which are required for my application. Okay, there is some issue here. It says npm not found. By default this Ubuntu machine doesn't have the npm, it doesn't know. So it is showing me this command. If it doesn't show up, just write as it is, sudo apt install npm. This will install the npm package. There's one more issue which shows this error. For this you just need to do the update part, which updates the Ubuntu, apt get update. Okay, update the Ubuntu system using that command. So it's done. Now if I just type that command, sudo apt install npm, it will do it for me. Yep, just click Y and enter, and it will install the npm part. Okay, so we have our npm installed. What you can do next is just do npm I, and it will install all the necessary packages which are required for your application. Okay, this says it is installed, and now what we are going to do is npm start. So this will start our application on our local system of our EC2. Okay, so as you can see, it is compiled successfully and it is running on localhost 3000. Now you might be curious, if I do this, will it run? So it won't, okay, because it is running on EC2, on this EC2. Okay, so we don't have a GUI we can access through the browser, but we are running the instance. Now how you can access this application? So it says on your network you can do this. So let's try using this IP address, and if we do, we won't be getting anything, okay, because there is a reason, and it's not working. All right, so it is not working, and the application is running. So what is the reason behind this? I'll tell you the reason. So as I said, there are security groups available on the EC2 instance, and we need to enable this port on our EC2 instance. We need to tell our firewall, EC2's firewall, that hey, enable the 3000 port so that the application can access it. Okay, So what I can do is I can just select my instance. This is my instance. Okay, I'll go down below. I'll go to security tab, and then I will click on this launch wizard. This will take me to our security group part. Even you can access it through your network and security category, and from here you can select security group. So this is our security group. Just go select this. If you haven't selected, just select it and go here in bound rules, and you can see there is only one rule which is applied right now. It is SSH 22. So for doing the SSH, we have this port open. Okay, if you don't want someone to do SSH, you can just remove the security group from here. We're going to edit the inbound rules, and we are going to add a rule. It is a custom TCP, and we are using, so for our example, we have 3000 port our application is using. I'll just add 3000 and select anywhere IPv4. So this is not actually the safest part, but what this says is you are able to access the application from any IP address using this port. Okay, so as even if you see the SSH part, it says that anywhere IPv4, but you don't have to keep it this way. You can just select my IP, and this will add your IP so that only you can SSH on it. Alright, anyway, so let's start with the save rules. Now if we go to our instance again, and we can copy this IP, just go here and see your application here. It is still not able to access. The reason is we are accessing it through our private IP. Okay, if you click on your EC2 instance, you can see there are two types of IP. There is a public IP address and there is a private IP address. You cannot access your application using this address, but you can access it through this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this IP address. I'm going to open a new tab. I'm going to paste it and write 3000 as a port, and when I'll hit enter, I will be able to access my React application. So as you can see, I have my React application here. It is running on this IP, and this IP can be shared to anyone you want to show your application. Alright, but there is one more thing which I'm going to show you right now. Let's go to our EC2 console and let's see here. Okay, so when you restart your application, or when you restart your machine, this IP address is going to change. Okay, this is not the permanent IP address, so this IP address might change. Okay, on the next restart, or when you log into your AWS account, it will change it, and this won't be the same anymore. So for this, we have a service called Elastic IPs, which comes under networking security, and what we are going to do is we are creating a permanent IP address for our application. Okay, so inside a free tier you can create one Elastic IP for your instance. So let's do that. Just select the Elastic IP and then click on allocate Elastic ID. Just keep it by default and just allocate it. Now this will create an Elastic IP. This is the IP address which is allocated to us. Now we have to associate it with our EC2 instance. Okay, what we are going to do is we are going to actions, associate Elastic IP address, and then here you can select your instance. Okay, so as you can see, my app is showing up here running. I'll just click on it, and right now you can see the IP address. It is 34.239.253.16. As soon as I'll associate it with our application, this IP address will be changed. Okay, so it is associated with our instance. Now if I refresh it, it will show up the associated Elastic IP. Okay, so now when you access your application, you can use this IP address and just use 3000 port, and you will be able to access your React application or any other web application you are running up. Okay, so and this IP won't be changed even if you restart your or stop your instance, and if you start it again, this won't change it. Now this is not the only way you can do it. This is a very simpler way you can test your application on EC2 instance, but this is not the only way. In the upcoming videos I will show you how you can create a CI/CD pipeline like continuous integration or continuous deployment. Simply I mean to say that you can just deploy it on your, just upload it on your GitHub and it will automatically update the EC2 instance, right? So that is much easier way. And I will also show you how you can connect a domain name. So right now as you can see we have this IP address here, but I want to connect it with a domain. In the next video or the upcoming videos I will show you how you can do that. It's very simple. So for this video this was it. I hope you liked the video and you got some really good information about how you can do that. So if you really enjoyed and if you really like the video, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe my channel. Alright, and I'll see you in the next video.